Alright, this is the check your work video for lesson 19 independent practice. We're going to look at questions 5 and 6 together, and you guys should have already tried to do this before you came and looked at the video. This is just so you can make sure that you're doing it correctly. Number 5 says, Todd has 17 inches of rope. This is 1/3 of the length of rope that he needs to tie his boat to a dock. How many inches of rope does he need to tie his boat to the dock? So we have the values 17 inches and 1/3. And we know we need to write some sort of equation to solve for how much he needs. So on one side we have 17, and on the other side we have 1/3. The 1/3 needs to be attached to a variable. Oh goodness. That's a 3. And we're going to use the variable d for the amount he needs. And that does not look anything like a d. So I'm going to reset and redo it. Now this part is tricky because we know that when a number is attached to a variable like this, this is multiplication. So technically we should be doing the opposite of multiplication over here, which would be division. But right here we have a fraction. And we want to get this variable by itself. So we need to do the opposite of this fraction, and we need to multiply both sides by the opposite of this fraction. What is the reciprocal of this fraction? Be 3/1. So it would be times 3. Right? Because 3 times 1/3 is going to equal 1. So it's going to get rid of that coefficient for us. And that is not a multiplication sign. So both sides get multiplied by 3. We do it to the variable side to get rid of and isolate the variable. This side we have to do it to balance our equation. There's our equal sign. And 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. So to answer the question, Todd needs 51 inches of rope total. And you can go back and check this if you wanted to do 17 over 51 and then see if it equals the same thing as 1 over 3. So we would then multiply 17 times 3 and 51 times 1. Cross multiply, see if you end up with 51 over 51, which you should. Alright. Number 6, let me go ahead and change out my pen color here so it's easy to know which one's for which. Write a scenario that could be represented by this equation, 3/4 x equals 12. Well, you can use the exact same problem that's up here because this is the same type of problem. But that would be kind of boring, so let's just say Xavier, since I used X. That's like the best X name I can think of right now. Saved 3/4 Can you tell I've been practicing with this thing? Saved, except for my S, saved 3/4, oh that is an ugly 4, of his allowance. Oh man. So Xavier saved 3/4 of his allowance. If he has $12, how much is his weekly allowance? And that would be what X is going to show you. How much is his weekly allowance? Pretend that's a C. And pretend that's an O. So, as you can see, the 3/4 would be represented right here. The 12 is how much he has saved, and X, the variable that you'd be solving for, would be how much he makes a week, or how much he gets a week for his allowance. Alright, I hope this video helped you. Make sure that you are doing your work. Proud of you guys. Take care.